for deciding how best to frame any law on hatred towards women. Sex and gender have become conflated in ordinary speech, even in legislation, but they are not the same. Not least because while sex has a clear meaning in law, as defined in the Equality Act, the term gender does not, and it is taken to mean social roles or stereotypes associated with someone's sex, but that is too tenuous, at least at this stage, to be a legal definition. If the intention of adding or gender is to ensure that legislation also covers hate crimes perpetrated towards trans women, it is unclear why the law would not catch a crime directed towards a trans woman on the basis of presumed sex. And in addition, crimes directed against someone based on their transgender identity are already covered by hate crimes legislation. Going back to the conflation and confusion of sex and gender, I would just like to quote from a statement by the Equalities and Human Rights Commission in 2018. They said, gender refers to socially constructed roles of women and men and or an individual's conception of their identity. The term is often used interchangeably with sex, partly in recognition that much of the inequality between women and men is driven by underlying social and power structures rather than by biological sex. Although the Equality Act protects people from discrimination because of their sex, other UK legislation, such as the regulations requiring employers to publish their gender pay gap, refers to gender. This may cause confusion in some circumstances. And the EHRC went on, to avoid any ambiguity, we are reviewing our use of language across our website and publications to ensure clarity and consistency. However, it is important to note that any mistaken or structural use of the term gender does not affect how the law works in practice. Now, I haven't had the chance to check through all the EHRC publications since 2018, but I think those were wise words. I do want hate crime legislation to be extended to misogyny. I very much hope that the Equalities and Human Rights Commission does continue its pursuit of clarity and consistency, and I was interested to hear the remarks of the Noble Lady Baroness Faulkner earlier. I cannot see that conflating sex and gender in this amendment goes in the right direction, and I think we should wait to hear what the Law Commission advises.
I'm of a mind to be opposed to the introduction of misogyny, hate crime, but I won't